What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So look who came back on the channel. The YouTube star herself, Mama Kent.
Hi.
That's not her last name. Kent is actually my married name, but it's fine. If you are new, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a recovering addict who served time in prison. I will leave my entire life story in the description box down below. If you have not seen the first interview with my mom, I will leave it on the card up here and in the description box down below so that you can go see the first one. Because if you don't see the first one, I don't know if this will make much sense, but maybe, who knows. Definitely watch the first one though. If you want to follow me on any other social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, it's $2. It's only ever going to be $2. That is linked in the description box. And I have a vlog channel, Jessica Can't Vlog, so you can see me vlogging. I stole this from Hiram accidentally. You can see me doing vlogs over there. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back. Cheers. Got your coffee?
Cheers.
Cheers. We're gonna talk about me again. I want to start with like some questions that I kept getting asked. A lot of people want to know what you think of Reece and what you first thought of Reece when you met him.
Honestly, I only saw pictures at first, for the longest time. I was not impressed. Once I saw how awesome he is, I was like, wow, I need to rethink this.
I wasn't impressed, she said.
Well, it's honest.
Wonder where I get my honesty from.
And now I love him like he's gonna be my son.
Yeah, love him like your son. Mm-hmm. He's amazing.
He is.
It's funny that you said that because I turned him down 4 times. And I'm like, I don't want to go out with you because you're going to talk about working out and like you're not going to want to eat cupcakes and burritos. So no. Here we are almost 7 years later, happy, and he grows on you.
He does.
He does.
He has a way of doing that.
He's amazing. Does she like dogs?
I love all animals. I must have married twice. Sorry.
They're obsessed with you. Like, they keep saying, we stand Mom and Kent. They love you so much. Did she fear yours and Reece's relationship at first?
I did.
Okay.
Very much so.
You hear a lot that what is up with your watch? Is it gonna stop anytime soon?
It will. It's a fairly new watch, so I don't know what's up with it.
Oh, wait, no, it stopped. Don't touch it. Okay, we're good. So a lot of people have said, oh, if you're a recovering addict, you shouldn't date a recovering addict. I know plenty of examples where that's not the case, you know, but I also have examples where it didn't work out. Every person is different. Every situation is different. Every relationship is different. So I never want to talk about addiction in absolutes, whether that's my experience or someone else's. You know, we all are hardwired differently. We all recovered differently. We probably used because of different reasons. So there are so many pathways to recovery, and whatever your journey is, I'm proud of you. What's your dream vacation?
I've always wanted to see Alaska.
Alaska.
I don't know why. I hate the cold, but I've always wanted to see Alaska.
Well, you've lived your whole life in New York. You're used to cold. Alaska. Well, can I get to Alaska?
I don't know.
Because you have to go, don't you have to go across Canada to get to Alaska? Was your mom on board with the idea of you having Micah? I'm going to answer that for her only because I know this system. There was no option. There is no options. You don't get a choice in prison. If you go into prison pregnant, you're having that baby as long as something doesn't go wrong. And I carried her to term and had her in prison, and you guys know my story, but women don't get a choice when you get locked up. Not in any jail I've ever seen or heard of. Even if I had the money and paid for the procedure myself, they would not have transported me to that procedure. Women don't get that option in jail. What was her struggle with addiction?
My drug of choice was mainly weed and alcohol. I did not, under any way, shape, or form, want to own up to being the alcoholic that I was. And I got thirsty one day and I just started like literally, pounding water and like crazy and wondering, why aren't I getting drunk? And then it hit me. Oh my God, I'm an alcoholic. Did I stop right away? No, I didn't. It still took some bullheaded. It took a bit, and it was hard, but I knew I had the strength to do it. I had to kind of dig deep down to find that strength.
How old were you?
Goodness, I was 30s, I think.
So was I born when you were still struggling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought, because I've never seen you drink.
Well, I did. I hid it very well. Soda bottles, the works.
How old was I when you were sober?
When I finally became sober for good.
Yeah.
4 or 5 maybe, I
Oh,
think.
wow. So my whole life is a lie. No, my whole life I thought that you beat it before I was even born because
Well,
I
I
have no
didn't
memory.
drink. Well, I carried, if that helps any.
Well, yeah, I was healthy. Mike was healthy.
Yeah.
So when you were pregnant, you didn't drink.
No.
And then you kept drinking. I had no idea because I just thought because I had no memory of you ever drinking or even us talking about you drinking that you had recovered from that before I was even born.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. We didn't have open conversations about addiction or mental health. And I think that maybe if we did, then I would have understood it a little bit better. So not to throw shade at you or anything like that, just to let people know if you are recovering alcoholic, drug addict, maybe have those conversations with your kids in age appropriate ways so that we know, that there is a genetic predisposition for addiction and that comes in many forms, whether it's decision-making skills or things like that. So there is a genetic predisposition. And I think if I knew that, maybe my life would have been different. I'm proud of you for getting sober.
Thank you.
Alcoholism does run on your side of the family.
It does.
So my uncle, cousins, they struggle and they've struggled a long time. Not all of them. We have a big family.
Your grandparents.
My grandparents were alcoholics. Yep. So where do you live now? New York? ? How often do you see Jessica and the family? I don't know why I asked like that.
I live in New York, yes. And I don't see Jess as often as I'd like to, but...
Once or twice a year.
Yeah.
What's the best part of being a grandma?
Everything. I love being a grandmother.
Kids are so fun. They're just little people that want to have a good time, And they were baking yesterday. They made banana bread and a pumpkin roll, and it's going to be a part of my Thanksgiving vlog in the vlog channel, so definitely go check that out. It was super cute. Have you ever met Jessica's previous boyfriends? What did you think of them?
The only ones I met were the ones that stuck were Steve and Randy.
Steve and Randy. Yeah, if it was a long-term relationship, then I brought him around. And if it wasn't, then they didn't meet her. I casually dated somebody for a very short time on Magazine Crew, and he stalked me. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And he came to your house and was crazy. Oh, that's a story for another time, but no. So you've only met Steve, it's not his name, Randy, and Reece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not an ex, though.
He's not an
ex. They said
ex.
previous boyfriends, didn't they?
Yet. Don't get comfortable. Just kidding. Jokes. What was your biggest pregnancy craving with me?
Mustard.
And I freaking hate mustard now.
And I had to have mustard on everything. I will not go into detail.
Like ice cream?
Yes. Ice cream. Cheerios.
Cheerios! Mom. Ew. I don't like mustard now.
Well, you made me crave it.
Blame the baby. What advice would she give to parents of addicts?
That's a tough one.
It is.
Because being a parent of an addict, of course, I blame myself.
But
entirely.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
I did. Because I knew I made mistakes. Parents of addicts, all I can recommend is don't give up on them. At all costs, don't give up. You may want to strangle them, but don't give up.
That's fair.
Love them. Love them through it. Let them see that you love them. Definitely.
How cute is she, though? Okay. Did Jess steal from you when she was on drugs?
There was nothing to steal. There really wasn't.
We were poor. There was nothing to steal. Ooh, this is a good one, too. How long did it take to see each other after prison?
That took a while.
Last time. 5 years?
I think it was.
No.
Was it that?
2
And
years.
that would have been, no.
I don't know. 3 years.
At least 3. Yeah.
Because Dad had a stroke and I came back for the first time.
Yeah.
So my dad suffered a stroke and I had to go. I had to get up there as quickly as I could. And that was the first time that I was able to see you in person. Mm-hmm. But you didn't meet Micah then because she didn't come with me.
Right.
So yeah, that was a horrible situation. But then the following, 6 months or maybe a year after that is when you met Micah for the first time. Mm-hmm. And she was about Riley's age now.
Yeah. No, she was younger than that.
3?
2.5, 3, yeah.
She had to have been over 3, but she was so little.
She was.
What's one of your biggest fights you and your mom have ever had or been in?
God, there were so many.
She said, God, there were so many. I know. Do you want me to answer?
Please do.
Please do, she said. I feel like she's going to be now. I moved in with my dad, and I didn't talk to you for a while. And you would call and check, and I just didn't answer the phone.
Yeah.
I hold grudges. I didn't want to move because I had friends, and I liked living in the area that I was living in with her. And my dad always told me, your mom called. And I'm like, cool. And I didn't want to call you back because I was mad. I was also 13 and I had no friends, and I was bullied so badly at my new school in my dad's district, and I was just miserable, and I blamed her for a lot of that, so I didn't talk to her for like a year and a half.
Yeah, it was quite a while.
Because I was awful. Did your mom suffer from addiction / mental health? We answered the addiction one. Mental health.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of depression. A lot.
Yep, and I have depression also. What does she think about how your sister treats you? I didn't prep her for these questions either.
That one's hard to answer.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
I'm not happy about it at all. I mean, there's no reason for her to have this much hatred.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it goes away.
I do too.
As I've talked about many times, like on Patreon and stuff, we are where we are, but I just had to realize like that I had to protect my inner peace and my mental health and block her on everything. And I did that for me because toxic is toxic, whether you're family or not. So maybe one day, probably many years from now, I don't see it changing anytime soon. Maybe one day we'll be better and she'll come around and be different and just have respect for me and not put me down and degrade me. And it's just so strange, and hopefully it ends one day.
I hope so.
Who reminds you more of Jess, Riley or Micah?
Definitely Riley.
Riley?
I don't know, I see a lot of you in both of them, so that's kind of.
I think it's Micah.
Really?
Yeah, like with her humor and her facial expressions.
Oh, those faces. And those faces crack me up.
Yeah. I was the same kind of way, right? As a kid, like funny and...
Okay, behavior-wise, yeah, definitely in Micah. But the tiny little petite, that's definitely Riley.
Riley's so dainty,
She is.
careful, and Micah is funny and a little wild, and but they're both so polite and so good, and I don't know how that happened.
Good job, Mom.
Should I get bangs? No. It's not worth it, girl. What did Mama think about you getting married at a young age?
I didn't even know you were getting married. We were going somewhere in the van I had at that time, and just ever so nonchalant. By the way, I'm married now. You're what? And
whoops.
I was excited at first, not knowing the full, and I went out and got you guys a cake, if you remember. Mm-hmm. I was all excited and welcomed Steve into the family.
It's hard calling him Steve, I know.
It is. Nobody saw that, right?
Yeah. He's awful.
He is.
What was your childhood like?
My childhood was tough. My mom was always drunk. My brother, he tried to raise my older sibling too. Pretty much took over from the time I was brought home from the hospital. Would not let my mom hold me at all because she was always, drunk. So that's the only memory I really have of my childhood. A lot. I was in and out of foster care. Not in and out, I was put in several foster homes, but the memory I have of my dad was he was always working, or so I was led to believe when I was a kid. So it was kind of tough seeing my mom like that all the time. And
I think I remember going to visit them one time. I was young. I must have been really young. I remember seeing them one time, and the memory wasn't really of them. I just remember being in the house and just running around. And yeah, that's the only memory I have. I love your Lion King sweater.
Thank you.
Despite Jess being an addiction, what would you look forward to doing with her each year?
I definitely look forward to coming out and seeing you.
Did you look forward to anything that
I
I
did.
was involved in?
I did, and I love all my kids.
Mm-hmm. Which one would you say you love more? Just for the record. I'm just kidding. For the record, she has said off camera that I am her favorite. I'm just kidding. Is your mom single? Whoa, calm down.
Yeah, calm down, definitely. Put the brakes on.
She is. Email me later. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Would you ever move to Chicago?
Probably not.
It's a lot for her.
Yeah.
She's from a small town, so.
I do want to get out of New York, though.
You do?
I do.
Where would you go, though?
I was actually thinking maybe Pennsylvania.
But who lives in Pennsylvania?
Nobody. That's
Nobody.
It's a whole idea.
I understand it. I get it. What's something we don't know about Jess?
Something we don't know.
I don't like peas.
I really can't answer that one. That's
That's
because
okay.
I feel you've been very upfront.
What led up to her decision to send you to your dad's?
I felt that that was the best thing I could do at that time. Knowing that he and your stepmom were going to be a lot stricter than I was. I felt that would be a great thing.
They were strict.
Mm-hmm. And that was what you needed. You needed more structure. You needed it stricter. Like that did any good because you were still skipping school anyway.
Sorry, Dad. Do you regret sending me to my dad's?
I really can't say as I do.
Yeah.
I can't.
They did the best that they could
I know they did.
with what they were given.
Mm-hmm.
Me. So yeah, they tried. I'm curious about her interests and her passions. Tell him, what do you like to do?
I like to garden. I do landscapes and oils.
What does that mean?
I do oil painting.
Yeah. She's like Bob Ross.
I don't know, I'm always busy. I refinished all my furniture. Well, the pieces I was willing to work on.
You should put your paintings on Etsy and you should sell them.
I could do that.
I'll help you set up an Etsy. They're so good. You should sell them.
I don't know what price to put on them though.
$1 million. No, I'll help you. Okay. I think that's really hard with entrepreneurs is like learning, and photographers and freelance artists, figuring out price. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to charge too much. No. It took you 27 hours charge. But they're so good. So I'll figure out how to set up Etsy and we'll take pictures and show them. Like, they're really good. How did you pick Jessica as my name?
Well, I knew I was having a girl. I was in the ER with Braxton Hicks contractions. You know what those are. Tell me. I know. And I just like the name Jessica.
And then my middle name starts with a B. Don't say it.
I won't say it.
And my initials were JBT because my maiden name starts with a T. And my dad's initials are also JBT, so that's why she did that. And then my sister, Voldemort, who hates me, had my middle name as her first name, and she changed her name so that we didn't have any connection because she hates me so much. From the womb.
Yeah, you've always had sibling rivalry.
I didn't have anything.
Well, she did,
hates me.
yeah.
What's your favorite memory of us together?
I have a lot of really good memories of us together.
Like what?
I remember Gretchen was just a newborn, and
Hey, Gretch.
I was taking care of her. You were showing me, you were in cheerleading in the Masonville school at that time. And I remember you were showing me one of your cheers while I was...
Cheers?
Mm-hmm. You were a cheerleader in the Masonville Elementary. And you really took care of Mom a lot because of medical issues.
Who was your naughtiest child?
Definitely.
Voldemort.
Voldemort, sorry.
Ironically, she never ended up in jail or prison or rehab or on the run. So, has she ever committed a crime?
Which one?
You.
Have I? Yeah.
What'd you do?
I've written bad checks. Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly. My mom's a thug. Oh my God. What else?
No DWIs, shockingly, but that was because I didn't get caught.
Mom.
But yes.
Mama Ken's a thug. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Why did you separate with my dad? What'd he do? Tell us all about it.
I think it was a mutual separation.
We just faded.
Pretty much faded.
Okay.
And we pretty much both went our own ways. No grudges, no bad feelings.
But y'all haven't talked in 20 years.
No. I think he's feeling awkward about that. That's okay, though. No, I'd gladly get in a conversation with him. No problem.
He's so chill and so amazing, and I have a lot of qualities from him, and I also have qualities from you. I'm a good blend. Ask her if she's ever had to punch someone, and have you ever? Go ahead first.
Have I ever had to punch someone?
Yeah.
I did.
Thug life over here. Who'd you punch and why?
Well, I was in Job Corps, and this lady, she came at me for no reason, and well, let's just say I finished.
Finished her? Mm-hmm. Finish her! She survived the punch.
She did.
Okay, so.
But the mirror didn't.
Oh my god.
Which I wound up having to pay for, but.
That happened to me too at school. And
Really?
you got really mad at me for breaking shit in school and getting in a fight because we had to pay for it. And the whole time.
Well, in my case, I have to say it was self-defense.
Oh, in your case, in self-defense, I was in trouble.
Okay.
For months. Have I ever punched somebody? Yes. Mm-hmm. We'll leave it there. Did she know when you were high when you were around?
Did I know when you were high? Oh, yeah. You can't hide that.
I thought I was hiding it so well. Everyone was like, get this bitch to a meeting.
Surprise.
Get her to rehab. The whole time I thought I was doing fine. They try to make me go to rehab. All right, you guys, I'm gonna end today's video here. Please let my mom know that she did an amazing job, and when she comes back to visit or I visit her, we'll do another one. Bye, you guys. Jen sent me this cup. It says, I fucking miss you, bitch. And it's got her in New York and me in Illinois.
Aw.
Isn't that so cute?
That is.
This is Jess and Jen.
That is awesome. Aren't you chilly?
I'm freezing, but I look cute, so.
So you're going with it.
It's fine. Have I always done this? Have I always talked like this with my hands?
You've always talked with your hands, yes.
You hear a lot that what is up with your watch? Is it gonna stop anytime soon?
It will. Sorry about that. That's not something, it's a fairly new watch. I don't know how to.
You don't know how to turn it off?
I could probably turn it off.